Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for many of your favorite segment, and that is my client Emma's vlogs, and we are up to vlog number 25. 25. All right, that was a 1 pound PR on her pen bench, right? She got 145 before. She's like, I'm gonna go for a 1 pound PR. So she did. She got 146, which we're happy with any pressing PRs while cutting because she is cutting right now. On an upside, though, we get over to things like her chin ups. She's up to 11 chins. 11 chin ups, and she's doing it consistently. So, again, she's been laughing and saying, well, if I'm going to lose pressing strength while cutting, because we did a pretty long bulk, right? We did a pretty long bulk, and now she's just been slow cutting, to trim back down to get lean, and she's gotten quite lean relatively quickly, as you guys can tell. Again, we're not trying to get bodybuilder lean, all right? She just wants to be fit and athletic and strong. So she may be almost done cutting here, right? Maybe almost done cutting because we see visible ab. She looks lean, she looks fit, right? And in which case it's time to start making progress again. We'll start bulking here soon. But we're up to 11 chins consistently. I think she got it both workouts. Of course, she couldn't quite get more there. But yeah, you guys can tell there, she turns around. She's getting quite lean again. Just a fairly short cut, guys. It doesn't take much. So if we bulk carefully and we put on lots of muscle, and this is for the ladies, we put on lots of muscle over the course of a year or 9 months or whatever, you can come in and bulk for 2 or 3, or cut for 2 or 3 months, very conservative, and then you're lean again. In her case, I think she's down about 8 pounds. She's lost around 8 pounds since New Year, roughly. So you start thinking about that for a moment. It's like, oh, that's less than a pound a week. Yeah, because she didn't really gain that much fat. We gained a lot of muscle, and realistically, you have to be realistic. You're probably going to gain a pound of fat for every pound of muscle that you gain when you're bulking. Realistic. But look how quickly it comes back off. All right, Cambered Bar Box Squat. She got a PR today. That was 215. So then our supplemental work after all of this, you guys noticed on the upper days we do dumbbell presses. We've switched back over to chins. People say, why chin ups? Because pull-ups, we get overuse sometimes, right? We're concerned with overuse sometimes, so we rotate through the grips. So you guys notice she does neutral grip, she does chin-ups. I may have her start doing some overhand pull-ups like I do. Those are much harder for women. Wide grip pull-ups, it's one thing to do chins. Guys, it's another thing to do wide grip pull-ups like you guys see me do like 18 now. That's a different beast. I think it's a better exercise other than chins are better for biceps. But you know what? She likes having some guns, right? She likes having a little bit of arm. So, we do those chins, right? Just like at certain times we do tricep extensions. Right now we're not as worried about them. We're more worried about her pecs, keeping pec mass on her upper days, and then everything else is shoulder. She's doing overhead pressing and upright rows. Why? Because she wants a little more shoulder development, right? She's pursuing it. She wants her delts to be a little more round, a little more capped. So we're throwing those movements in. But notice we're not throwing fluff in. We're throwing in movements that are actually going to put muscle in multiple places. Upright row works the entire shoulder girdle. All 3 heads of the delt works the traps. Overhead press, again, front delts, side delts, traps, triceps. Her lower days, pretty simple still. Romanian deadlifts, split squats, reverse hypers. We're about to change some of that up. All right, we're about to change it up a little bit because, again, we need to change those movement patterns every now and then. And then she's been doing the hanging leg raises, similar to what I do. She started adding these in as her form of ab exercise because she's like, well, if coach does them, then I can do them. Some of the other people are doing them. I'm going to do them. Because I kind of give her ambiguous ab work. And a lot of my people I do. A lot of times I don't care what ab work they do as long as they're doing something. They can do standing crunches, they can do weighted crunches, they can do planks. I like leg raises, although there may be something to doing planks again. I may add some planks back in. I used to do weighted planks, if you guys remember, way back in the OG days. Then we've got her speed benching, and notice how fast she is. Some of my other guys who want to run conjugate, they run conjugate, and I'm like, look, you're not fast enough on the bench. I send them her stuff. They're like, oh, like that is what we want to see on a speed bench. Speed work. If you're going to run conjugate, you have to do speed work. If you're not going to do speed work with bands and stuff, you're better off running 5-3-1. I promise you'll get better results. If you're going to do the speed work, and again, if you're doing conjugate, you need to, our goal is 1 meter per second. Goal is 1 meter per second. But there she is, banging out 11 chins again, then she turns around, you see the abs. Again, body fat has come way down. No real loss of strength. We took a minor losses on some of her pressing strength. Her squat and deadlift have continued to stay where they are. In fact, she's hit squat PRs since she started cutting. Okay, this is how you bulk and cut correctly. Conservative, slow, long bulks, and I mean long bulks. Put on 10 pounds in a year. You will make continual progress if you have good programming with good overload, right? Which she did. You guys have watched 25 weeks. The first 2/3 of it were bulking. All right. Now she's cutting, now she's looking all lean in a very short period of time. And it's that simple. We go back to bulking again, she'll probably stay even leaner because if we keep the bulks conservative. All right. Again, supplemental work's the same on her current days. That's going to be changed a little. I may push her more terts, more quad work versus more posterior work on the speed days versus the max days. Because again, I'm worried about overall fatigue while she's cutting because she's getting leaner. You see abs coming out. All right, fatigue management and volume have to be mitigated. All right, they become a big deal as you start getting leaner and cutting. You know, we can't always sustain those same training volumes that we can when we're bulking. You know, but it also comes to the point of everyone does too much volume. That also came up to people who said, hey, you know, do all of your conjugate lifters do as much volume as her? No. I thought we've made this very, very clear, and I thought all the experts have made this clear. Women have a higher volume tolerance than men do. Okay, this has been documented in the literature. Coaches understand this, researchers understand this. As a woman, I can give her more supplemental volume than a man. It's just the way it is. Again, it comes back over to that point of, gee, Jason, why do you like working with female athletes? They have higher volume tolerance and they take instructions better. They don't have the same egos, and you can work them harder. It's totally more fun as a coach and less of an annoyance. And then she finishes with leg raises. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.